All right, Republican Senator Ron Johnson and what he makes of this. Senator, what now? What do you think happens now?
Well, Neil, well certainly it's a victory for big government. No doubt about it. It's a victory for big government. I suppose it's a victory for those few Americans that get the taxpayer subsidies and actually benefit from Obamacare, but it's a real loss for the rule of law. It's a loss for hardworking tax-paying Americans who are going to have to fund all these benefits. And it's also probably a victory for the big businesses that get the federal largesse. So this is a very disappointing decision. It's going to make it that much more difficult for us to repeal and replace Obamacare.
Do you think you ever can?
Again, it's going to make it that much more difficult. It's going to really rely on
more difficult, Senator. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I'm just reading the math and the numbers, and it's just you might be able to tinker with it. You might be able to adjust some things, but I think that this is, I'm not saying etched in stone, but darn near drawn into it.
It's going to put a lot of pressure on the Republican presidential candidate to show the American people just how damaging Obamacare is, and then also show them what the path forward is. You know, how patient-centered reforms that actually rely on the free market to limit the rate of growth and costs, that actually improve levels of quality and customer service. Neil, that's what the free market does. That's what we really need in our health care market. We don't need a government takeover. And by the way, I think Americans now do understand what a public-run, government-run health care system is. It's called the VA system. That hasn't been working out so well.
But you need more wrath on the part of average Americans, right, to support that argument. I don't doubt some of the things you're saying. But unless there's just this collective rage, it's not evidencing itself, right?
Well, that was the problem in 2012. It was hard to run that election against Obamacare because it was just conjecture and theory of the harm Obamacare was going to do. Americans actually relying on the president when he said, if you like your health care plan, you can keep it. We now know that was PolitiFact's 2013 lie of the year. So the American public does have more information going into the 2016 election. And again, it's going to put a lot of pressure on our Republican nominee to make that case.
All right, Senator, it's always a pleasure. Thank you very, very much.